Hello, happy Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and that means it's the weekly yoga show with me, Irena. I'm so glad that you're here joining me, and if you're on the replay, please say hello. I love to know who stops by, and also if you give yourself a chance or get an opportunity to share some of these techniques and tips I'm offering to you, because it makes a big difference. And I want to share one in particular that one of my students recently was so excited because it made a big difference in her day. So if we haven't met, my name is Irena, and I share tips, techniques, and tricks to help you move from a place of feeling overwhelmed by all the different sensations coming to you and live in a more graceful, easeful way in life, to find the adventure, the fun. So today in particular, I want to talk about close talkers. Do you ever see that Seinfeld episode? They talk about the close talker. Well, some of us might be able to sense when people are energetically being close, right? Like getting into our space. And you might feel like, ooh, I need to take a step back. It feels a little bit too intimate. They're a little bit too close. Or you might notice after you have a talk with someone, you're exhausted, you're just feeling drained. Or maybe you feel a little uneasy. So here's one little tip I want to offer to you. Right now, I'm facing you, tummy to tummy, heart to heart, and having this conversation with you. But let's say, for example, you're talking with someone and you're feeling drained, right? Just energetically drained. Or you feel like, ooh, they're a close talker. What you can do is just kind of angle yourself a little bit. Jen, hello and welcome. Thanks for joining. So this is just a little technique. If you feel like somebody's invading your space, right? You can just kind of turn, just a slight little angle. The other thing, crossing your arms over your tummy, because we take in a lot of information to upper and lower belly. So if you're feeling vulnerable, like this close talker is really coming in on your space, and you just need to have that feeling of protection, a little bit of a buffer. Oh, that's very interesting. Yes, yeah, I think I heard about that. So you can still maintain eye contact, but you have the ability to break away when you feel like they're reaching in too much. The other thing that you can do, and this is what my student did this past weekend. She has a fantastic coffee shop. She loves to go visit every Saturday morning. And one of the ladies who works at the coffee shop wanted to bring in her friend who was in a similar profession that my friend had retired from, and wanted to introduce them. So anyway, the introduction was made and there was great excitement and all sorts of workup, but it was draining my friend. She was just feeling, and my student, feeling just, I'm not up for talking about this. It's exhausting me. So what she did, and it's so silly, right? It seems silly, but you can think of like Star Trek and shields up. That's what I do. Or you can imagine a beautiful golden bubble all around you, like Glinda from Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, right? Just a beautiful golden bubble around you, or shields up, like I'm here, I can take in what you're sharing with me on an informational level, but I'm not going to let it energetically drain me, because energy is catching, and there is a way that we can pick up other people's energy and thoughts throughout the day. Just think about it if you've been around somebody who's really, really angry. I'll end with one last story, because this was amazing. Because you'd never believe it works until you try it. And the greatest thing is that it's not a big investment. It's not like you're investing $1,000 in a course, or you'll lose your firstborn child. You lose your, like something of great value. It's just playful, right? We want to get into that space of playfulness. So I was standing outside a grocery store. Now they have the pharmacy window, and you always think, oh, it'll be faster just to go to the pharmacy window rather than go inside to the pharmacy, in through the whole grocery store and over to the far edge. So I'm standing outside, and there was a gentleman before me and a lady who came up behind me. And we're standing there, and we're waiting, and it's a hot, humid summer day, and you can tell we're all getting a little bit antsy and uncomfortable. But the guy in front of myself and the other lady started really losing it, and he was banging on the window all of a sudden, and then he started shouting, and he got really, really upset and irate, and I started getting scared, and I thought, oh, should I just leave? Maybe I should just go inside. They're not coming, and now they're never going to pay attention to us because we got this scary guy here who's so upset. I wouldn't want to open the window for him. I'd be scared. I'm scared standing here. So the woman behind me was getting nervous too. And it dawned on me, hey, why not try that exercise you just learned? So this goes back years ago. I thought, all right, here goes. So the first thing you do is you want to make sure you're grounded, because when you're grounded, meaning you're fully present, you're fully aware, you're less likely to get knocked off center, right? If you think about it, if you're aware of what's going on around you and you see someone rushing at you from the corner of your eye, like that new movie Tag, right? From some of the promos, the guy's rushing, you see, and you're like, whoa, you step back, you don't get hit. So if you're grounded, you're aware, you won't get hit as easily. So for me to ground, I just imagined roots from the soles of my feet growing deep down into the earth center. So I wouldn't absorb this guy's energy, because he was really, really upset, and I was getting upset too, and fearful. The next thing I did was I imagined a beautiful golden sun over the crown of my head. Golden because it's a neutral energy, right? That color represents neutrality. It represents peacefulness. It represents a certain type of happiness. And I just imagined the golden sun over the crown of my head. You could imagine a whole golden bubble around you. And I breathed. And the next thing you know, it was so amazing. Just like my student in the coffee shop, she said, Irena, you'll never believe it. It worked, you know. I wasn't energetically drained after the conversation. And the guy in front of me, when he turned after I did that little exercise, just roots from my feet to the earth, golden sun over my head, he turned and he said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just in so much pain. You wouldn't believe it. I thought it would be faster out here at the window, and we have to wait so long, and every minute is just, you know, wreaking havoc on the way I'm feeling. So there was this moment of compassion that both myself and the lady behind us could have. He went from this really angry, monstrous type energy into, I'm in pain and I need help, and I need help now. So we were able to give much more compassion, and don't you know, moments after he shared that with us, the window opened and the pharmacy line moved, and we were all served. But it's amazing. So try this. When you're around somebody who's really, really upset, rather than catching their upset, angry vibes and you feeling angry, or you feeling depleted and exhausted, imagine roots from your feet growing into the earth center. Golden light over the crown of your head, bringing you into a space of neutrality. And watch how it diffuses the situation. It's amazing. Be playful with it, right? You know, maybe try it with your kids, a friend, a partner, a neighbor. I've done this with neighbors too before. I'm in my backyard. But it works. It works magic wonders. So thank you for joining me, Jennifer. I see you. Thanks for coming in. I've got Jen and Jennifer. So if you found this helpful, please share it with someone else. I would be so happy to know that we can move into a space in this world where we're not passing one emotion from one person to another, an emotion that isn't serving and lifting us up, but rather instead kind of catching and being aware and saying, ooh, I'm not going to let that knock me over. I instead am going to stay centered in who I am and find a peaceful spot wherever I am in this moment. And then if you want to continue the conversation, please, I'd love you to join the fun over in my free Facebook group, Yoga with Irena. It would be wonderful to have you. Thank you for coming. Oh, nice to have you, Kenya. I'm hoping I'm saying your name properly. What a beautiful name, Kenya. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Lots of love. And I'll put the Facebook group in the comments.